I am in need of a little glow up today. I'm gonna do a little mani-pedi at home, and I figured I'd take you guys along, show you my updated tips and tricks for press-on manis and press-on pedis, top to bottom, fingers to toes, let's go. I don't care how deep my pockets will ever get, I will not be forking over that much money for a mani-pedi, especially manicures. Not only that, it's a whole time thing. Once you go to the nail salon, forget about it. It's like an hour or more. I don't have time for that. Just to illustrate, look how long my hair is getting. I've curled it, but when it's straight, it's almost touching the top of my jeans. I just cannot bring myself to go sit at the hair salon for 30 minutes to an hour to get my hair cut. Unfortunately, that is not one of the things I can do in-house, like my manis and pedis. Trust me, I've tried, to terrible results. So I've been putting it off and putting it off, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go get my hair cut tomorrow, if I can bring myself to sit still for that long. So they ain't gonna get me in that chair for my nails. I can get it done so much quicker at home. First, we're gonna do my toes just because it's easier to do your toes when you have nothing on your nails. It'll just be easier to place everything and maneuver. For both the sets I'm gonna do today, they're boxes I've previously used and they both have one set left. So by the time we're done with this video, my nail collection will be down 2 boxes, which is always exciting. I always like to keep an eye on my collection. I don't want it to get too out of control. I like to use what I have before purchasing new stuff, just so I don't get a lot of clutter and avoid waste of money as well. So for my toes, I'm going to use the Impress Nails set called New Shoes. It's like a deep burgundy red, and then there's a tiny little silver accent for the big toes. The rest of the toes are plain. If you've seen my Dashing Diva and Impress Nail toenail test, I had tested press-on toenails for the first time, and they both did super well. The pedicure ended up lasting me 2 months. Now for my toenail beds, Impress nails seem to be a better fit, just because they have a wider fit in general as compared to Dashing Diva. In case you're new to my channel, I use a standard press-on nail, meaning it has the adhesive attached to the nail already. I pair the Kiss Powerflex nail glue with it. In conjunction, those two give me 2 weeks of wear. I really like this burgundy red toenail color. I figured it was just very classic. Unfortunately, I didn't have an Impress or Dashing Diva set to really match that, so I just went rogue and picked something that doesn't even match for my fingernails, but that's neither here nor there at this point. Eee. Hi, Quisky. Want to see the newest addition to my family? Look at this little chunker. Oh yeah. He was a little feral. I trap neuter released, and I ended up keeping him because he's already 3 or 4 years old, and I knew if I relinquished him to the shelter or, you know, put him back on the streets or whatever, he would either be living on the streets, or if they accepted him in the shelter, I knew people go for kittens and younger cats and stuff, so I just saw him living the rest of his days at the shelter, so I kept him. Anyways, press-on pedicures surprised me at how easy the application is, because you have both of your hands and both of your sets of your fingers to work with, as opposed to when you're doing your fingernails, you only have the one hand to work with. It's super fast and easy to do your toenails. It's quicker than I expected. And it doesn't matter what order you do them in. You can start with your big toe and work your way out, or you can start with your little toe and work your way in. It doesn't matter like it does for the fingers. It's just really easy and foolproof. I don't know about you guys, when I'm on the second application of a box, sizing can get kind of weird sometimes depending on the box, because you're out of some sizes. They give you a bunch of extras on ones you didn't need, but usually I make it work, and probably only I can tell they end up looking pretty normal and they end up looking good. For my fingernails, I'm going to use the Impress Nails Glazed Donut line in chocolate glaze. They have vanilla glaze, strawberry glaze, and chocolate glaze. I wish I'd gotten them all, but we're going with chocolate today. The shape of these is awesome. They're a medium length and they're almond, so they're very elongating while still being a very wearable length for everyday wear. They're not too long and they're not too short. Today I'm using the Kiss Powerflex nail glue in the pink nail glue version. I've used all their different versions across the Powerflex line. The Precision one, the Max Speed one, the brush on kind. I like them all. I think they have pretty similar effectiveness. I like the Precision extended nozzle version over the brush on. I don't know why. I just like to dot it on my nail and then spread it with the nozzle myself. I love the Powerflex nail glue for its gummy texture and also protects my nail from damage when I go to remove them. And interesting enough, someone in my comment section had mentioned that these press-on nails that have the adhesive on them kind of give you a warning before they pop off, because they don't just pop off like your Glamnetic or your Olive and June or static nails. You kind of feel it coming on. They don't just pop off completely. You feel it getting loose, which is great because you can prepare yourself like, oh, I really need to get to the bathroom, or I need to get home, or I need to get in my purse and get my nail glue to secure it before it completely falls off and I lose the nail. A couple weeks from now, when I remove this manicure, I will be giving Glamnetic another go. It's gonna be Glamnetic round 2. I'm gonna try one of their shorter manicures and see if maybe the curvature on that manicure is different. I'm gonna try some different techniques that I learned from you guys in the comments of my first Glamnetic video, and we're gonna give it a second go and see if I can get a better wear time. Because those nails are pretty expensive. They're $14 or $15 a set, which on average is $5 to $7 more than what you can get at the drugstore or Walmart. Olive and June is $9.99 a box usually. Impress you can get anywhere from $7 to $10 a box. So Glamnetic is a lot more expensive, so I do want to make the boxes that I did buy work. I've noticed online that Impress has a new glue, a new adhesive out. I haven't tried any boxes that say that they have this new adhesive, but I've noticed that they did update their adhesive. It's supposed to be better and longer lasting. Have you guys tried that? I'm gonna try to find some packages in store that say that they have the new adhesive and test that out and see if there's any difference really. Maybe I can give them a go without the PowerFlex nail glue and see if they hold up at all. I'm all done with the application process, fingers and toes. Oh, such a nice feeling to be all glowed up. I had no problem sizing the fingernails even though it was a second application from the box, but surprisingly, it was a little difficult with the second application from the toe box. It seemed like I was out of all sizes. So I ended up having to take some sizes and trim them down and shape them. Luckily, they're very easy to cut, file, and shape. So don't be scared to shape them down if you need to. It's pretty easy to do. I wear my toenails pretty short, so I found that the big toe and the one next to it were a little long for my liking, so I went ahead and trimmed those down and just filed them so they would look normal. I don't like that feeling of when your toenail touches, you know, the inside of your shoe, when it feels like it's hitting up against it too much, so that's why I like to wear them a little shorter. And admittedly, upon application, for the first 30 minutes to an hour, it feels a little weird to have press-on toenails on. I have socks on at the moment just because it's a little colder in the house now, and it just feels a little weird. But I remember that from last time, and it does go away, and then you don't even think about it twice. But right now, it feels a little weird. Anyways, thanks for joining me for my little mani-pedi glow-up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever used press-on toenails? Till next time, off I go.
Very clever. Off you go.